Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, and I'm here with Keith, co-star of my upcoming film, If, only in theaters May 17th. Do you want to tell people the big news? All right, I'll do it. Sign up now and you'll get unlimited for $15 a month and 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan on us. MintMobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 equivalent to $15 per month. Unlimited over 40 gigabytes per month. Face lower speeds. Videos at 480p. Active Mint customers by 531.24 get 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan. Auto renews after 6 months. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Separate Paramount Plus registration required. Terms and conditions apply if rated PG.
Delicious meets nutritious in the snack that packs a real protein punch. Wonderful Pistachios. Each 1 ounce serving of Wonderful Pistachios has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value and making Wonderful Pistachios one of the highest protein nuts. But perhaps more than that, I love all of the flavors they have. Their sea salt and vinegar ones are my favorite when I'm craving that flavor but want to keep it healthy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wonderful Pistachios come in a variety of flavors, like chili roasted, honey roasted, smoky barbecue, and jalapeno lime, perfect for enjoying with family and friends or taking them with you on the go. Whether you're a pistachio purist who loves cracking open every nut, or you prefer the convenience of no shells pistachios, Wonderful Pistachios has got you covered. Grab Wonderful Pistachios and elevate your snacking game today. So fill up with a healthy snack when hunger strikes. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. That's wonderfulpistachios.com. This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2563. Yet another reason you could be wasting your time with long, slow, fat-burning aerobic workouts by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com. And I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I read to you every day covering the best health and fitness blogs, with permission from the websites, of course, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. And with that, let's get right to the post as we optimize your life. Yet another reason you could be wasting your time with long, slow, fat-burning aerobic workouts by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com. Check out this excerpt from the Science Daily. Quote, "The usual excuse of lack of time for not doing enough exercise is blown away by new research published in the Journal of Physiology. The study from scientists at Canada's McMaster University adds to the growing evidence for the benefits of short-term, high-intensity interval training as a time-efficient but safe alternative to traditional types of moderate long-term exercise. Astonishingly, it is possible to get more by doing less. Professor Martin Gabala says, "We have shown that interval training does not have to be all out in order to be effective. Doing 10 one-minute sprints on a standard stationary bike with about 1 minute of rest in between 3 times a week works as well in improving muscle as many hours of conventional long-term biking less strenuously." And again, that's from Professor Martin Gabala. High-intensity interval training means doing a number of short bursts of intense exercise with short recovery breaks in between. The authors have already shown with young, healthy college students that this produces the same physical benefits as conventional long-duration endurance training, despite taking much less time and, amazingly, actually doing less exercise. However, their previous work used a relatively extreme setup that involved all-out pedaling on a specialized laboratory bicycle. The new study used a standard stationary bicycle and a workload which was still above most people's comfort zone, about 95% of maximal heart rate, but only about half of what can be achieved when people sprint at an all-out pace. This less extreme high-intensity interval training method may work well for people that are older, less fit, and slightly overweight, whose doctors might have worries about them exercising all out. We have known for years that repeated, moderate long-term exercise tunes up fuel and oxygen delivery to muscles and aids in the removal of waste products. Exercise also improves the way muscles use the oxygen to burn the fuel in mitochondria, the microscopic power station of cells. Running or cycling for hours a week widens the network of vessels supplying muscle cells and also boosts the numbers of mitochondria in them so that a person can carry out activities of daily living more effectively and without strain, and crucially, with less risk of a heart attack, stroke, or diabetes. But the traditional approach to exercise is time-consuming. Martin Gabala and his team have shown that the same results can be obtained in far less time with brief spurts of higher intensity exercise. To achieve the study's equivalent results by endurance training, you'd need to complete over 10 hours of continuous, moderate bicycling exercise over a 2-week period. The secret to why high-intensity interval training is so effective is unclear. However, the study by Gabala and coworkers also provides insight into the molecular signals that regulate muscle adaptation to interval training. It appears that high-intensity interval training stimulates many of the same cellular pathways that are responsible for the beneficial effects we associate with endurance training. The upside of doing more exercise is well known, but a big question for most people thinking of getting fit is, how much time out of my busy life do I need to spend to get the perks? Martin Gabala says, no time to exercise is not an excuse now that high-intensity interval training can be tailored for the average adult. While still a demanding form of training, the exercise protocol we used should be possible to do by the general public, and you don't need more than an average exercise bike, Gabala adds. The McMaster team's future research will examine whether high-intensity interval training can bring health benefits to people who are overweight or who have metabolic diseases like diabetes. As the evidence for high-intensity interval training continues to grow, a new frontier in the fitness field emerges. End quote. Folks, as a fitness, triathlon, and fat loss consultant, I finally started seeing big results in my clients and athletes when I began incorporating a high amount of high-intensity interval training in their programs. It is the entire philosophy I utilized to design the fat-burning book, Shape 21, The Lean Body Manual. It is also the same philosophy I used to design the Triathlon Dominator, a complete plan for succeeding at Ironman and half-Ironman triathlons with half of the normal training time. That's not all. It is the same philosophy I used to design every beginner, intermediate, and advanced sprint, Olympic, half-Ironman, and Ironman triathlon plan at the Rockstar Triathlete Academy, and is the focus of many of our coach Q&A calls and forum discussions. As I've said before, long, slow, aerobic fat-burning workouts certainly have a time and place. For example, one such time and place is in the morning for anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes when you need an extra fat-burning boost, if you can still find the time to do intervals and metabolic resistance training later in the day. Another use of such workouts would be to train your body for a competition and gain the mental and physical tolerance to sit in a bicycle saddle for 5 to 8 hours, or to stay on your feet during a marathon for 2.5 to 5 hours. But don't fool yourself into thinking that you're getting significantly fitter during these long sessions, especially when compared to fast interval training, and only rely on these long sessions as part of an endurance training program that includes intervals, or as part of a fat loss program if you can still find the time to do intervals. You just listened to the post titled, "Yet Another Reason You Could Be Wasting Your Time with Long, Slow, Fat-Burning Aerobic Workouts" by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. We're driven by the search for better, but when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster, and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. For a long time, it was believed that the type of high-intensity interval training described in today's article was dangerous for most people. That this type of training is only okay for those that are already fit to begin with. This is what I learned when I was in school. I mean, pushing the body to the point of exhaustion like that just sounds dangerous, right? But thankfully, with more and more research studies, we now know this isn't the case. It turns out that the body is actually pretty tough, and many of us can participate in these short bouts of high-intensity exercise safely. It is, of course, always a good idea to have your doctor approve of any exercise routine before you start. And yes, this even includes lower intensity exercises, or what today's article called slow aerobic workouts. So, once your doctor clears you, give these types of interval exercises a try. You might find they save you quite a bit of time, and you'll still improve your fitness. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back here tomorrow for our usual Friday Q&A, where your optimal life awaits.